But anyway, the article went on to say it was straight out of the Survivor playbook. I cannot state enough that this type of move straight up does not happen on Big Brother. This is just a bold-faced lie. Yo, I know there's an episode tonight that people are going to be watching, not me, because who really gives a shit about Chuck versus Haley? But I came across this information on social media that made me just have to make a video real quick about the media types that we have to deal with in reality TV that just lick balls, kiss ass. They would be licking Chuck's dirty ass stank balls just to kiss ass for CBS, for Big Brother, for these terrible production teams. Today, I unfortunately have to drag Mike Bloom. He's definitely not my least favorite of the media types that cover Big Brother. But he put out this article that is just pure bullshit on, I believe, Parade.com. Yeah, he writes for Parade.com, does exit interviews for Parade.com. He's one of those jovial types that act like this show's shit doesn't stink. Well, today he was praising the casting of Dee and Devens for CBS. He also included Jason in the photo, even though CBS did not give a single fuck that Jason was on the cast. They set him up for failure, not making him an icon, even though he's had more entertaining moments than any of these other three icons combined in Jason's history of reality TV. But there was a part of this article that was just straight up lying to try and make it seem like Dee and Devens are bringing this groundbreaking gameplay to Big Brother with last-minute vote flips, as if that hasn't always been a thing in Big Brother. But especially these past few seasons, we've had so many last-minute vote flips. So let's read this part of the article that was just complete, utter BS. Talking about last week's flip, saying 4 hours before the eviction, Dee and Devens gathered together enough votes to flip the house, blindsiding half of their alliance in the process. It was shocking. It completely demolished the status quo. It was the most last-minute vote flip in Big Brother history. Wrong, stupidity, complete bullshit. When we had a vote decided off of Chemo's speech just 2 seasons ago. This flipped the status quo for this shitty ass season is all it did, Mike Bloom. So I don't know where you gathered this information that's just complete lies. I don't know why you're having to kiss so much CBS ass. CBS must not like that there is pushback for the casting of this season because they're just trying to milk whatever they can out of Survivor 50's ratings. But it's working a little bit. You mean the show this season has gotten a whole couple 100,000 more viewers than last season so far, but there's still a long season to go and the average could fall below last season still. But anyway, the article went on to say it was straight out of the Survivor playbook. I cannot state enough that this type of move straight up does not happen on Big Brother. This is just a bold-faced lie. This is just a bold-faced lie. We call it Waffle Wednesday for a reason. There's been waffling on Wednesdays in the history of this show. But like I was just saying, these past few seasons, we've had plenty of last-minute flips. Maybe it got lost in the sauce because there were players actually trying to play their own games last season, but we had so much waffling throughout the entire season. And then 2 seasons ago, Chemo's speech was the most last-minute flip in recent history on this show. So I don't know why Mike Bloom decided to write this article, but I could not disagree with it more. And I do not like the ass kissing that we have to deal with this media. This season sucks. The gameplay has been stagnant. Adding vets to a fat cast of newbies, especially when you're casting newbies purposely to be weak, is not satisfying. So this article was also about how the idea that CBS was going here for was to get different eyes on Big Brother. And I understand that. We're getting a Survivor fan base this season, I guess. And now I guess we have to kiss the Survivor fandom's ass and lie about the gameplay to try and make Dee and Devens look like they're worth the money that they're being paid when they're not. I mean, if they're worth it just to get a whole couple 100,000 more viewers, okay. Young and the Restless on CBS still gets higher ratings most days than Big Brother. So, whoop-de-doo. So yeah, this article sucked. And this is the kind of shit I'm going to be calling out in the postseason when these types are keying with Karen Angela, who has been awful this season, who has showed what we knew in the second half of her first season, that she is a big, round Karen. I'm just sick of the lies. I'm sick of the ass kissing. You know, I've dealt with this in the soap opera industry for a very long time. And so having to see it on reality TV really annoys the shit out of me. But to tell this kind of lies to try and raise the Survivor players up, you're knocking down Big Brother to do so. I mean, is Grodner happy with the fact that not only does the show look like they need Survivor, but they are helping the Survivor players make their own game look stupid by giving the Survivor players so much power at the beginning of this game to give them such a head start. But now you have these articles coming out to make it seem like they made your own game better when they're just doing things that have been done many a times in the past. Many a times last season. More Waffle Wednesdays last season than this one Waffle Wednesday this season. Just asinine.